Need to go
Have you
see
ever
a
seen anything
chiropractor
so
afterwards.
big?
To be fair,
Yes,
cigar
is the
wise,
answer. Yes. Yes, you have. What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be smoking the biggest cigar I think I've ever held. This thing is a 7x70 ring gauge. It's called the Flathead. It's influenced by hot rods and pin-up girls. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
You bought this on the internet. I'm looking forward to tucking into this bad boy. And in a complete contrast...
Yeah, in complete contrast, I've got the Arturo Fuente Hemingway Short Story. So mine in contrast is 4 inches by 48 ring gauge, I believe.
If you guys are new to the channel, then you might not have seen my Perfect morning cigar. That's where I smoked that. And it was absolutely to die for. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put the link above my head. I really hope you're going to enjoy that, because I smoked that 2 years ago now, and this is your first one.
Yeah, this is my first one. I've never had one of these, so yeah, I've always been interested to try one. So yeah, I was online selecting cigars for us for the next few videos, and I saw this one and I thought, oh, Jed's got to try this. And then I thought, well, I've got to have the smallest one ever, haven't I? Just in contrast.
This thing is absolutely ridiculous. 7x70. It's a 7-inch cigar. I don't know how I'm going to cut it because I didn't bring an axe. But what I am going to do is punch it, because obviously the cutters are not big enough to get around this cigar. So I'm going to have to punch it maybe once, maybe twice. We'll start with once, just to give it...
Nice.
And I must say, this thing is beautifully presented, as it is yours. What a stylish looking shape.
It's lovely. The vitola is a Perfecto vitola. So I've never smoked a cigar like that, actually. So it's a really beautiful, interesting shape.
And the band as well.
The band is gorgeous.
A little bit more stylish than mine. So what I didn't mention, this cigar is from CAO. I don't think I've ever had a cigar from those guys before, so I'm certainly looking forward to it. A nice little punch on the end of the cigar. Hopefully the camera can pick that up for you guys. And I should probably get started. Try and use that one.
Oh, bloody hell.
You got to be... Yes. So it doesn't need too much.
No.
As for mine, I might be here for a while. The biggest cigar I've ever smoked. I don't know how long these are supposed to last. I might be here until tomorrow. Ultimately, I'm looking forward to seeing if this is a good quality cigar. So £30 for this cigar, that's a lot of tobacco, isn't it?
It is a lot of tobacco.
For 30 quid. I can already smell that. I don't know why, but I've got it in my head that these massive cigars are going to be lesser quality. Because how many cigars are within this one cigar for £30?
I know.
Other than the fact that this was inspired by pin-up girls and hot rods, I don't know anything else about it. So if you guys watching have ever tried one of these, feel free to get involved in the comments. This is ridiculous. This is literally ridiculous. Let's go for a first draw of this absolute unit. Feels ridiculous. It feels ridiculous.
Yeah, I would just never be able to smoke one of those. Quite a sweet tobacco flavour straight off for me.
What I'm most impressed about with this thing is what a beautiful leaf it must have been to wrap
Yes.
this cigar.
Yeah.
It's dark. There's minimal veins. There's a nice oily sheen to it.
It's really nice, isn't it?
It's a proper looking cigar, but goodness me. Also, the box press. What size is that box press? It must have been a shoe box.
Yeah.
I'm hoping this cigar isn't too strong because, oh, goodness me, it's just huge, isn't it?
It is big. 7x7. Did you tell the guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, 7x70.
Yes, this is the Flathead 770. I don't know what I'm going to do with this thing. That's got to be 2.5 to 3 hours.
Because I looked at this, the brand name CAO, and I thought, well, neither of us has tried it. And I clicked on it, and it literally only had this one. And from the picture, I didn't realise it was as big as it was. And I thought, well, that looks really cool, though. It looks really nice, like nice dark Maduro, and like wrapper, and it looked good. So I scrolled down to the description, and then that's where it said like 7x7 had 7x70, and it had a really cool description about like it being inspired by pin-up girls and things like that. So I thought, this is one to pick.
I'll be interested to see how it burns, how the ash holds on, whether it's strong or not, what body the smoke is, how it performs in general. But overall, it's a very well presented, well packed cigar. There's no hard knots anywhere within the cigar. It's
good.
I'm very, very impressed so far, but we'll see. I am fascinated though.
Me too.
We've gone from the short smoke series to how much can you fit in your mouth? I'm going to reserve my thoughts at the early stages because I've got a few days worth of cigar here, so I'm not going to talk too much about it until at least 2 inches in.
Yeah, inch or two, yeah.
To think that I'm going to have 2 inches of this cigar and still have 5 left. It's crazy.
I think I'd better smoke this slowly. I wonder how long that will take.
Well, depends on how I smoke it, really. I don't know how long we've been going so far, maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10. And I've barely dented it. I'm going to say 3 hours. Which, in cigar smoking terms, is too much, in my opinion. 3 hours, if you were to have 3 different cigars, like one of those, one Drew Estate and one Monte Cristo, for example, it would be fine.
Yeah.
But having this for 3 hours, it's just a lot to manage.
Yeah.
It will give you jawache.
Need to go
Have you ever seen anything so big?
To be fair, cigar-wise...
Yes, is the answer. Yes. Yes, you have.
Yeah.
Good. Oh dear. Because when smoking something this big, you get like this ache up in there, don't you?
I'm gonna have to try it. Not now.
It's as if you've got a tight jaw. Even though this jaw, by the way, is perfect, it's like you've got a tight jaw because you're really having to get your mouth around it.
Yeah, everything.
And give it a good suck. Right? There's no other way of explaining this. I'm enjoying the fact that it's a box press though. Do you know the original reason why they box press cigars? I've told you this before.
You have? I can't remember. Oh, is it to keep it like not from rolling?
Yeah.
Yeah, off the table and stuff.
Yeah, you can put it on the table and it won't roll away.
Yeah.
I mean, if this thing rolled away and fell on the floor, it would break someone's foot, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Let's be honest. I don't actually know how much this thing even weighs. Don't get me wrong, it's not like heavy, but it must be 5 times the weight of that thing. How are you finding that so far?
Nice. Light to medium at the moment in strength. Sweet. Bit cedary.
You know John can smoke a cigar in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, I know.
I wonder how long it would take him to smoke this bad boy.
Probably like... Yeah, this would probably take him maybe like an hour.
You know what? So far, I'm enjoying it. I'm interested to find out or decide, and it will be a personal decision, whether or not I think it's a gimmick. Because when I was trying to find some other YouTubers who have reviewed these cigars, I couldn't really find any. Cigar Obsession, I think, smoked the 660, but I couldn't find anyone smoking the 770, probably because they didn't have enough storage on their camera or enough time in the day to get through this thing. Yeah. But what we'll do, we'll get back to you in a few days, I think.
Yeah.
To see how we're getting on.
Later.
In the meantime, I think I'm going to get a glass of Coke and maybe some chocolate to enjoy with this cigar. Either way, we'll see you guys in a few minutes. Alright, and welcome back to the second part of the video. We're at around the halfway mark.
Yeah, so, for me. Yeah, so I have been enjoying it, but you know what? It's not knocked my socks off so far in terms of like flavours. It's just... For me, like a very like slight sweet note, kind of cedar and some pepper notes. But to be honest, I'm surprised because I thought I'd be blown away. It's not awful, but it's pleasant. It is pleasant. It's a pleasant cigar for me so far. So that's all I can say right now. Yeah, it really isn't knocking my socks off.
Well, I certainly enjoyed it when I tried one. I thought it was really, really nice.
Yeah. I don't mind it. You know, it's a nice cigar and it isn't expensive either. It's a nice, cheap sort of budget.
How much was it? Just
price. I think it's about £12.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. But yeah, it's for me, I haven't been wowed, I must say. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see what happens in the next part.
As for the Flathead, I'm enjoying it so far. Middle of the road in strength. Smoke output is decent. It's slightly easier to manage than I thought it was going to be at first. Still, I wouldn't pick one of these over something more manageable because...
Just a bit too much like hard work?
Well, I don't really know. I don't think I'll ever find myself in a situation where I need a cigar this big. And, you know, we've just done the short smoke series and I was really enjoying the shorter smokes because you were able to have a cigar, enjoy flavours and then just kind of leave it. But this thing, well, we'll see. I've still got a long way to go. I'll be interested to see if I get to the halfway mark and kind of go, oh my god, I'm really sick of this. Or if it just continues to burn, I continue smoking it because it's nice and easy going. In terms of the flavours, still not going to report on anything yet because I feel like this really does need to have some time to warm up properly. If anything, I'm getting a little bit of dark chocolate and a little bit of coffee. That's about it so far. Very subtle. But yeah, we'll give it some more time and we'll get back to you guys in a few minutes. Alright, welcome back to the final part of the video. How did you get on with your Arturo Fuente Short Story?
So the short story for me was actually a bit of an anticlimax. I thought that it would provide me with way more flavour. I remember Jed saying like it was so flavourful. So I don't know if I just got a bad one, but it was actually quite bland, flavour-wise. I picked out some sweetness, faint as it was. It was actually stronger. The sweetness was stronger at the beginning, and then it really faded out towards the end to a very silent white pepper and a cedar. Cedar was sort of prominent throughout. But yeah, other than that, no jumping out of flavours. So unfortunately for me, I wouldn't reach for another based on this experience. But I still might anyway, like just to see if I had a bad one. Who knows? But yeah, based on this experience, not great. Not memorable.
That is a shame.
Yeah.
Because I really enjoyed that when I had it.
Yeah.
The Flathead, I think I could talk about it for as long as it's taken to smoke down this far. I'm just entering the final third, and I've had enough of this cigar. I don't mind the cigar. I think I'm just tired now.
Yeah.
Because I've been going on this for like 2 hours now, maybe a little bit longer, but overall, for a £30 cigar, you are getting a lot of tobacco. It's more manageable than I thought it was going to be. I did butcher the end with the punch a few more times just to open up the cap, and it really did improve the cigar. So if you are going to try one of these, I definitely recommend you get as much of the cap off as you can. It just makes the draw a lot easier. Not that it was hard in the first place, but because you were only able to just punch it once, it did make it a little bit more challenging. The cigar in itself is built amazingly. For a bigger cigar like this, I was very impressed and very surprised at how it stayed lit. I barely had to manage it at all. The burn has been pretty much razor sharp, had to touch it up just once. That was just me being picky. The smoke has been very tasty, full body smoke. I did notice there was a lot more smoke being produced after I butchered the cap. The flavours remained at a chocolate and coffee all the way through for me. No other flavours were really standing out. I don't know if that's just because I do enjoy coffee and chocolate, so you kind of ignore anything else that's happening. The chocolate and coffee did stay consistent throughout this cigar, but as I mentioned, I am a little bit tired of it now, and I don't think I could sit here for another half hour, 45 minutes to finish this thing off. With all of that being said, £30, tons of tobacco, great flavours. You're not going to have to keep touching this up. You're not going to have to keep relighting it. Even you said, didn't you? You said, oh,
just stayed lit the whole time.
Because I put it down, I went out and got a drink. I even took the dog out, didn't I? And come back and it was still good to go. So, in a whole, great cigar. Definitely recommend you guys try one of these if you are into a bigger ring gauge cigar, which I know a lot of our American followers are. So if you can get your hands on one of these, I definitely recommend it. There's still heat coming from this cigar now, although I do need to relight it. I'm not going to. I'm going to put it down now. We're going to chill out, and I think that's about all I have to say. Very, very, very good. Certainly not for everyone, just because of the size of it, but the flavours and strength and everything else all works hand in hand and provided a really good experience. Big box press as well, which makes it even more interesting. And from what I understand, that's got to do with the whole American car thing. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to comment, like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. We've got a few cigars coming up, haven't we? We did a little online shop the other day.
Few in stock.
Obviously, because of COVID, we're not able to go in shops again. Hopefully that ends soon so we can go in and hand pick. So yeah, until next time, we'll see you all soon, and thanks for watching.
Bye.